Cost me about, honestly, this one cost me a lot more because I built this on the first day, which means I spent a lot more than I should have or needed to for my items. But so what you're gonna utilize is the hyoans Fury Sword. So what this does is give you a lot of flat lightning damage, 1 to 635. It gives you 1% increased damage taken per frenzy charge, and it gives you 12% increased lightning damage per frenzy charge. And currently I am at 8 frenzy charges. In total you can end up with 9 at max if you get the +1 on the boots. But other than that, this is what you're currently running. So in total you'll get a whole bunch of increased lightning damage overall. And that's just kind of how I tried to scale it. So I use Willing Blades, Fortify, faster attacks. As far as my gloves, I'm running Lancing Steel. I'm running Elemental Focus, Elemental Damage to attacks, Lightning Penetration, and then you get the plus to lightning damage from the gloves itself, and the 1 to 100 lightning damage to attacks. I'm running the Nomad again. So this just gives me the projectile damage, the elemental resistances. That's all I need from it. I'm running the Dark Ray Vectors. This gives me the plus to frenzy attacks, or plus to frenzy charges, and a lot of movement speed for frenzy charges. 5% increased movement speed per frenzy charge. So this build can move very fast. It's just not really the most optimal as far as I can tell. I'm running Castle Damage Taken, Immortal Call. I have some Lightning Golem over here. As far as single target, I am running Blade Fury, Elemental Focus, Elemental Damage with attacks, Concentrated Effect. Probably one run like added Lightning Pen for the last 2 onto this as a 6 link. It's really good for single target, but that's it. For my hat, I'm just running Life and stuff like that, Cold Resistance, basic stuff, not impressive. I'm currently running Ancestral War Tree, faster attacks, Elemental Focus. The optimal would be to run Ancestral War Tree, added Lightning, Elemental Focus, and Lightning Pen would be the optimal, but this is the colors I got. I was having a lot of trouble with the colors. I'm currently just running an Intelligence Jewel. I put increased elemental damage with attacks onto it. That's all I really needed. I needed enough intelligence to run on the builds. And then as far as my rings, I'm just running Lightning Res and stuff like that, and then I'm looking for elemental damage with my attacks. And that's all I'm really looking for is stuff like that. And then the last thing on my shield, I'm running Blasphemy with Conductivity, and I'm running my Wrath on here as well. And again, I'm just looking for the elemental resistances and some attack speed, and some mana regen is always nice. As far as my flask setup, I'm currently running an Immunity Bleeding Flask, Concentrated Sulfur Flask, a Silver Flask, and a Diamond Flask. And then I'm running an Immunity Freeze Flask as well. If I can grab an Immunity Curse Flask, that would be nice, but other than that, there's not really much else you need. I don't know if I didn't switch this. What's the easy map we can run? Atoll, I don't want to run. What do I want to run? Actually, I might as well just run another air mix. It's not a big deal. Do I have this? Do I have this completed? I do. Okay. So we're on that. I don't have a lot of maps, so that is what it is. But as far as my passive tree, as far as the ascendancy choices, I went with Way of the Poacher. So the increased frenzy charge and frenzy charge on kill. I went with Avatar of Slaughter for the increased max frenzy charge and increased attack damage and movement speed. As I finish up and go for Merciless and Uber, I'll go Quartz Infusion, which gives me phasing, which is a nice defensive type build, and then I'll give Avatar of Veil, which gives me a 40% increased elemental damage and just more movement speed and more phasing and stuff like that. So it's just more type of defensive build choices. As far as my tree, I just spanned out a lot through life. A lot of my life and a lot of stuff is spec'd out. I'm currently running 8 frenzy charges, but I'm eventually going to grab this one. I just didn't grab it yet because I was picking up some extra life so I can go run Uber Lab. I'll eventually grab Onslaught and stuff like that for extra damage, and eventually I'm going to grab Force of Nature, which gives me even more damage. But you basically just want to be able to span through the tree, grab as much life as you can, grab elemental damage, grab make sure you grab Arcing Blows. This gives you a really, really high amount of damage overall. And then I spanned all the way up through these nodes in the template tree and grabbed Elemental Overload for the increased elemental damage. So I don't have to worry about crit multi or anything like that. And there's just plenty of life built into the tree. I have jewel sockets and all that. I can go over to Path of Building, and I can show you what the tree is going to look like. So as I drop this, I can go into Path of Building and show you guys that the tree will eventually end up looking very it's very spread out. It's very wide in terms of what it looks like. It's got quite a few jewel sockets, onslaught, extra elemental damage, elemental damage with attacks, just a lot of flat elemental damage, a lot of life overall, a couple of jewels, a lot of frenzy charges built into the tree. And that's just kind of how I made it work out. It doesn't have the most jewels or anything like that, but it does have quite a lot of elemental damage and stuff like that overall. As you can see, I have Blade Fury with my 6 link, Blade Fury Conduct Effect, Elemental Damage, Elemental Focus, Added Lightning, Lightning Pen, Conductivity and Blasphemy, Wrath, my Lightning Golem, Lancing Steel, which currently has the extra added lightning damage from my gloves, and then I'll probably just grab that totem that I'm running. But as far as that, it's so much flat lightning damage, it just really helps you do a lot of damage. Like, it's just so much flat lightning damage that it gives you a lot of your damage output. If it wasn't for that, you really wouldn't have a good amount of damage output at all. But that's what you end up looking like for flat lightning damage. So I didn't play this the way like Mathil is playing this. Mathil is playing this as fully physical, and he's looking for like a lot of two-handed weapons and stuff like that. I'm not using that. So mine is more about get your first frenzy charge, and then you pretty much zoom around the map. That's pretty much how the build just works for me. Like, I just zoom around the map as soon as I get my first frenzy charge. You just zoom from pack to pack, and you just kind of throw your Lancing Steel, and it kind of kills things. I wanted to use Chain originally when I set this up. I ended up just using Pierce because it was just easier. And just made my damage much better. As you can see right here, 15,000 lightning damage. Just from all the stuff I'm currently using and stuff like that. But I'm just not really having the effect that I thought it was going to have with this build. Like, it's nice, you're fine, you're safe, you can clear stuff, but it just doesn't feel as good as I wanted it to feel, so I just didn't really invest heavily into it. It is level 75, I do plan on playing it out eventually, but it's just not exactly what I was looking for. The skill itself, I mean, not so much the playstyle. The playstyle is exactly what I thought it was going to be, but the skill itself is just kind of underwhelming. It looks decent enough, but it's just kind of underwhelming overall to play. As far as bossing, all I do is just throw out those and then Blade Vortex it down. Very quick, very easy. But yeah, that's kind of how all the builds work out. Everything like that. I didn't really have any intention of streaming too long, and my Patriots lost, so I have even less intention of streaming today. So, as soon as I finish up this map, I'm probably going to get off and call it a day. I'm frozen. But yeah, I just wanted to get a video out and talk about all my classes that I'm currently using. I will keep making builds throughout the... What is this? Oh. I will keep making builds throughout the league, and I will continue doing days like this where I just talk about them and explain how they work and all that stuff. It'll be up on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/nuiebui, or Nuie. Pretty much anything you search Nuie on YouTube will pretty much come up as me. So it is what it is, but I just wanted to make sure I talked about as much as I could with the build. But that's all the builds I've played so far. I've got more in mind. I plan on leveling them soon. Soon meaning like literally like over the next couple weeks. This is my league starter actually. This is what I started with for the first day. I leveled 1 to 70 in 20 hours, so didn't take that long. But again, the skill is just somewhat underwhelming. I just don't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to, so it is what it is. We'll finish up with a breach. Ooh, Fungal Hollow. I finally got a new map. As much shit as I'm talking, I finally get a new map. Oh god. Oh god. Fuck. Alright, so that's all I wanted to cover today. I'm gonna go probably make some new builds, maybe play some League, get something to eat. I'm gonna go hang out. I'll catch everybody later. I'm done. But that's all the builds I wanted to cover. So, bye bye, guys. Yeah.